Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from whatever part of the world you're tuning in from. My name is Tracy Nauber, and I am your English expert for the IELTS exam. I'm a postgraduate student at the School of Education in Trinity Western University, Canada, and I'm currently en route to a PhD in English. My academic training is on TESOL, that's teaching English to speakers of other languages just like yourself, and I used to mark the IELTS exam at the British Council. So, my daily nuggets are designed to tell you some of the things that I feel candidates for and to help you get over them. Today, we're still on the writing module this week, and our topic for today is powerful endings. I'd like to start by saying, when I'm talking about a powerful ending, I'm referring to a situation whereby, all of those books that you read, and when you get to the last page and you just flip the book closed, you keep on remembering that book like for the rest of your natural life. You would always be like, oh wow, and that happened to him? Oh wow. That's the way an ending should be. If a piece of writing ends and you don't remember it, it means that the writer wasn't good enough. This is the kind of entree I want you to use when you're coming into your writing script during your writing module in the IELTS exam. You need to have a punchline. So your punchline should be like an ex who just can't get over you. You know how there's some people you dated and then even after they've left your lives, you're like, oh wow, but he was just, or she was just. That's how your powerful ending should be. You must have a punchline that makes sure that your reader does not forget you. And how do you do this? We've been talking for 2 days now about me using the Calabar Carnival in Cross River State, Nigeria as an example for how to do an essay. And in this case, it's not a formal essay because you are describing a street party that is happening. So your tone is the kind of tone where you're conversing with a best friend, where you're trying to get them into the gist of what happened and things like that. So if you're going to end that, whatever words or whatever sentences you're going to use to end that particular essay about the Calabar Carnival has to be such that when anybody finishes reading it, they want to quickly book a flight and go to Calabar. So if at the end of reading that essay, they're not intrigued by the Calabar Carnival, they don't want to know anything further about it, they're not even moved to Google and see where that goes on, then it means you haven't succeeded in conveying your point. Because when you write, you're writing to so argue is a negative word or a difficult word in this case, but you're writing to convince. You're writing to get people to see your personal opinion about something. And how you're able to construct your judgments, how you're able to construct your voice, how you're able to organize your ideas. All of these things tie in helping your reader understand if you have the ability to get them to believe you or not. A writer is like a marketer. A writer is a salesperson. You're trying to sell an idea to somebody by writing about it. I want you to think of it in this way. Even if you're not someone who has a rich vocabulary of words, or you're not someone who is privy to a large bank of words in terms of a high value for diction, you can use simple words to end your writing in such a way that people go, wow, did I really just hear that? I'm not going to miss it. So I want you to always think about your ending as something that puts a punchline to whatever it is that you've been saying. I want you to come into the conversation about your ending like, if I were the one who was being told about the Calabar Carnival, what is it that I would want to be left with that would make me hunger for more, that would make me linger for more, that would make me yearn for the event? Your writing has to be able to do that towards the end. So, if I were to use a punchline to end my writing about the Calabar Christmas Carnival, we've talked about the beginning and how I did that, how we conjoined it with the middle, how we used the middle to explain the event even further, and then as I end it, I might end it with something that says, and the sky, as we danced around in a circle of people with the burn fire, with the burn fire in the middle, and we were all dancing and chanting. Our voices, the rhythm of the night, as the crickets were moving back and forth. We swayed our hips in one way and the other, and then the Alleluia song crept up in my mind, and I knew that I was home. That's a punchline. Somebody wants to read that and be like, wow, you mean I can get that kind of feeling, that kind of experience from this place? You mean that can be me? I'm going to the Calabar Christmas Carnival. So my point is, when you write, you cannot lie. I must have said this to you in my other videos. When you write, you cannot lie. We can read your heart when you write. It's true. So when you write, I want you to know that this is your opportunity to get naked with your audience. And your audience will see what's right beneath the face. If it's good stuff, your audience will see it. If it's bad stuff, your audience will see it. But regardless, I need you to know that your reader doesn't want to judge you. The examiner who is marking your essay doesn't want to judge you. The examiner wants a chance to do two things: to get to know you as a person. And your writing does a lot of that. Aside getting to know you, your examiner also wants to know how you're able to master the language, how you're able to use what you understand of your second language to make an argument, to make a case, to convince. You don't need verbose language to do that, like I said in my video yesterday. You don't need thick, big, gigantic, bullish language to do that. Nobody needs to reach for a dictionary while they're marking your scripts. It's too much work. So just pick words that are simple, but words that come from your heart. Everybody has words that key into them, that connect with the emotion that they're trying to express when they're writing. Reach for your own words. Remember that writing is a very, very, very personal action. It's a personal event, just like reading is. These are two activities that actually build up the cognitive response of the brain. So I want you to think of the writing as your own personal voice. It doesn't have to be a perfect voice. Like, you don't have to have a Pulitzer voice. You don't have to sound like Wole Soyinka. You don't have to sound like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. You have to sound like yourself. We want to hear you. We want to meet you. We want to know you. And it's only your writing that can do that for us. So, when you go into the conversation of ending your essay, think about parts of you that connect emotionally with what you're writing about. We want you to reach out for who you are inside. If you can do the good job of bringing out yourself, we will give you an A for your essay. But if you cannot do that, you will skip through the jump and go. Yes, there are other things that we mark for, like that your spelling is correct, your punctuations are well done. We're also checking if you made any errors with your tenses, how you were able to obey the grammatical rules of SVO, that's subject, verb, and object, and how you're able to conjunct clauses with phrases and all of that. I'll come to that in my subsequent videos for the writing module this week. But I want to build a lot on how your emotions connect with your writing, how your tone buys into the big picture of your writing. And this happens in your punchline. When we read your punchline, we want to be able to remember you. I still remember scripts whereby I'm like, wow, she wrote like this, and she told us about this, that. And I'm like, wow, I'd like to meet that girl. But unfortunately, we don't meet the candidates. Like, you guys all write your exams, you get your pass marks, and you disappear. But that's fine, that's chill. I just want you to know that we want you to open up to us in your writing. Don't hold back. Do your best by connecting your emotions with what you're writing. That's the way the best pieces in the world come out. So, remember that readers are writers. If you don't read other people's punchlines, you will not know how to create punchlines of your own. So always remember that at the back of your head. And I'd like to invite you to my Q&A session on Instagram this Sunday. It's the 1st of November 2020, and I'll be answering all your IELTS related questions on Instagram from 7 p.m. West African time. To attend, all you have to do is follow English Expert for IELTS on Instagram and tune in by 7 p.m. That's GMT +1, so that's Greenwich Meridian Time +1. If you'd like to email your questions ahead of time, please do so. Just send me an email to englishexpertforielts@theonlinelady.com. I'll take it again, English Expert for IELTS@theonlinelady.com. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today. And don't forget that we're social wherever you're on social media as English Expert for IELTS. And I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy. Bye.